I would like to say that as a scientist and a human being, I'm quite optimistic. I'm optimistic because humanity is great, and we have a lot of information today. And despite the fact that you still have people denying global warming, denying the use of biotechnology and all of this, there is more and more and more evidence showing that effectively scientists are most of the time are right. Even for global warming prediction are underestimated compared to what the real numbers are coming up with. So I am optimistic because I think with time passing, this goals of 2050. Why 2050? 2050 because we know the global population will stop to rise dramatically by 2050. That's going to be a sort of plateau. So if we cannot feed the world by 2050, for sure we won't be able to do it later. But that seems to be like a sort of landmark that we need to look into. So I am optimistic because of survival of human species altogether. Because of information, we will have more and more people aware about the fact that we have this problem. I am optimistic because we cannot afford simply not to feed 10, 20 or more % of the global population. For people who are in Europe or North America, a first impact of this will be, apart from sending more and more food to feed the world, an impact will be immigration. We already talked every week. You look at the newspapers and you talk about Africans crossing the Mediterranean Ocean in order to come in Europe. You talk about 200 people, but soon we're going to talk about 1,000 people or 10,000 people. And we know that all this problem will impact our own society, our own economy, our own development. We also know that instability, even in Africa, even in remote places in Africa, instability, like today in Central Africa, for example, instability is causing problems, economical problems. Africa is having the highest increase in population in the world. Despite the fact that Africa is poor, markets are developing, business is developing, and more with time. So there will be more opportunities for the private sector to go to Africa than there was before. So for all of this together, I think I remain optimistic because for survival of our species, for survival of planet, survival of the ecology of our planet, we have to grow more food with less space and probably less people than we have today. And at some point, I think we're going to put the means, we're going to use all technologies we have to use in order to reach that goal. Otherwise, we'll be in very critical situation in the world.